Welcome to our first training session. You can see TradPack main menu. Notice an icon that says Easy Entry? Click this icon and we're into the batch accounting mode. In other words, we have the real-time document generators on the first layer. Hidden below is the batch accounting application for backlog accounting. Today we shall focus on the batch accounting as we are going to talk about backlog accounting. We shall illustrate by keying in some sales invoices. Of course, we have to arrange our source documents in batches. This is why we call this a batch accounting application. For example, our first batch of invoices may be for the month of January 2014. Let's pick up the first invoice from this batch and enter the number INV1234 into the reference column. Next, proceed to key in the date. Oops, we have entered the date incorrectly as 1/1/2015. But no problem, we can always check and fix this problem before we continue to enter the rest of the data. You can skip the remarks column as this is quite unnecessary for backlog accounting. By doing so, we can save time and meet urgent deadlines. This is usually the case with backlog jobs. As you can see, our customer database is empty at this moment. So let us assign our first customer code, say C1000, to this customer, Apex Engineering. After we have entered the name, there are many other data fields, but in backlog accounting, our priority is to rush out the late accounts for our client. So we shall leave out those details which are not absolutely necessary at this stage. Very quickly, we input the sum of $1,500 for this invoice. And we are now ready to enter the next invoice in our batch. Enter the invoice number under the reference column. The next number is obviously 1235, but if you see invoice 1236 or some other reference, you must make a note of missing invoices for our feedback letter to the client. We need to write subsequently to ask for missing information and documents, if any. This written correspondence takes the form of emails and is absolutely essential. This allows us to have written proof that we've been doing a conscientious job keeping our client posted of deficiencies in their record keeping, if any. This way, we cannot be blamed for incomplete or inaccurate reports. Please be reminded that a thorough documentation check, TDC, shall precede all data input tasks. If you are unsure what is TDC, please consult your workshop supervisor. Now we're done with Tritex Marketing, the second customer in our illustrations. Notice that until now, the sales invoices are entered without any GST amount. Now, what if the company got registered for a GST midway through a financial year? Well, we shall take you into this shortly. First, we go to the System Maintenance application at our main menu. Click on System Maintenance button and select the function for Company Profile. The name of this company and other particulars are shown here. Notice there is a data field below called GST Registration. This is where you enter the GST registration number. Upon detecting the existence of the GST registration number, the system will automatically prompt for goods and services tax. So if Tritex Marketing is registered from February 2014, then the system will prompt for GST information pertaining to all transactions from this point onwards. So make sure you activate the GST in the company profile at the appropriate cutover date. Important: always reindex after you have changed the company's profile. Once the system is re-indexed, you may continue to enter the February invoices, and these will attract GST. Watch the ongoing illustrations carefully. So now we can work on the February batch of invoices. Let us enter invoice 2345. This procedure is similar. First, we enter the reference followed by the date, say 2/2/2014. Let us say this is an existing customer, so we can simply select from the pop-up help screen. Notice the change in our invoice input format. It is now prompting you for the total amount. Let us say $10,700. This total amount is inclusive of GST on the invoice. Watch how cleverly Easy Entry breaks up the total amount into its two vital components, namely GST at $700 and net sales amount at $10,000. By default, it will take standard rated GST at 7%. This wonderful feature will save the freelance accountant precious time, otherwise lost in manual computation and additional keystrokes. You will be able to finish a backlog job very quickly and easily with the Easy Entry application. Yes, Easy Entry saves valuable time and cost for freelance accountants. Cash sales versus credit sales entries. This system has a credit sales input module, which can be used for both cash and credit sales, depending on the terms. However, your client may use a separate numbering series for cash sales. If this is so, enter all cash sales at the cash sales input module. Let us enter cash sales transaction CS12345, then enter the date. The rest of the procedure is similar to credit sales input and require very little explanation. Next, we shall deal with the problem of rounding differences for GST. Watch this illustration. Let us do another example with a sum of $2,120.50. In this case, the GST is $139.38. We wish to round up to $139.40. Notice how the amount of net sales automatically changes with the rounding of GST. Let's repeat this once again. Look how the figure below changes with each amendment to the GST amount. This is the auto rounding feature, which is extremely useful for accountants.